don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna do something.
Okay, starting the look with a little MAC Strobe Cream, using this instead of primer because for a summer look, I'm really more concerned with just like glowy amazingness. These are two foundations that I'm mixing. One is the Revlon foundation in a shade that's a little bit dark for me, as you can see, and then the MAC Next to Nothing in Light Plus. The MAC Next to Nothing is very, very serum-y and has almost no coverage, but I love the finish, so I tend to mix it with foundations that have more coverage. And then this wasn't planned, but I went in with the Bye Bye foundation. Bye Bye foundation by IT Cosmetics, because it's got great consistency, but most importantly, it has SPF 50 and it's a UV physical. So obviously it's really great for fair skin like me. This is the Milani eyeshadow primer, as you can see. Just taking the tiniest little bit over my eyelids with my finger. So now our eyelids are ready. I'm gonna start by setting the primer with a little bit of this eyeshadow in the color Creme. And this is the Lorac Pro Palette number 2, which is a little cooler than the first version they came out with, and I sometimes prefer the cooler colors on my eyes. I wanted to sort of add a little bit of definition in the crease, so I went for that mauve color, which has got like a little bit of a purpley undertone, and then just very sparingly I buff it in the natural crease, and then it just provides a little bit of a lift. I'm going to be putting a lot of shimmer on the lid, so I just want to give a little definition. Now, to make the shimmer really stand out, I'm taking a little bit of glitter glue right on the eyelid, just with my finger, a very small amount. I think the word glitter glue kind of scares people. Unless you're like a makeup artist, you probably don't want to put glitter on your eye or glitter glue on your eye. But this really makes the shimmery shadows stand out. No matter what shimmery shadow I'm using, if I want it to really pay off, I pack it on with a small, dense brush and I put it over that glitter glue. And then I'm going back with that fluffy brush and I'm almost just like polishing it out. I'm just making sure there's not too much product on there, and I'm just making sure everything's blended. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Creme Brulee, which is not super light for my skin tone, but it's got a little bit of warmth in it, so that'll counteract any of the dark circles that I get like right in those little troughs in my inner eye. That just kind of smooths everything out and brightens it up. The MAC Set Powder is a nice alternative to the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and as you can see, I take the smallest amount. I always think it looks like drugs. And I just fluff it all over my face very sparingly, because it can look a little chalky if you go too heavy. You just have to use a tiny bit. And now when I go in with my bronzer, my blush, and all that will follow, everything will just be nice and smooth. Like if you ever try to bronze your skin over just foundation, you might get a little patchy. This will just make everything smooth and blended and amazing. This bronzer I'm using, it's actually the Celebration foundation in the color Medium. It's a nice matte color. I think it works well with my skin tone. And then this is the Revlon highlighting palette in Bronze Glow. And I'm putting that above, like higher on the cheekbone. And I'm gonna go down the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my temples, anywhere I want glow, which is everywhere because it's summer. So we tend to wanna be nice and glowy. Now, when you've got all this glow, if you're fair skinned like me, you need a little definition in your eyes, because otherwise like your eyelids kind of just take over and then you can't really see the lines of the eyes. So that's where eyeliner is really important, and I'm taking this color called Hustle by Urban Decay. It's like a nice warm brown that I thought would go really well with the shadows. And I'm just messily rimming my eyes. It doesn't matter if it's messy, you're getting inside, you're getting outside. And then I'm gonna go over with the brushes that I used and kind of whatever product is left on them, and I'm just kind of smoothing it out. You just wanna get some blur there. I'm going in with that brownish mauve-y color, and I'm gonna go over that with a smaller brush and really kind of like fade it out. So you have this like blendy, smoky amazingness. So curling the lashes and then going in with lots of voluminous waterproof mascara. This is an old school mascara, but I love the formula because it's not too wet and it really makes your lashes nice and stiff. So I like that because then I feel like it really holds the curl. I hate when I curl my lashes and then I put on a wet mascara and then it just falls flat. This brow pencil is my favorite on the planet that ever was. And it's the Dior Show Brow Styler. I think that's what it's called. It's just so good. The pencil is very hard and very skinny, so you can make these really natural looking brush strokes. Not a big fan of that many brow pencils, but that one I like. Then I'm going in with this grayish color. It's actually called light gray in the palette. And funnily enough, it's actually a great brow color because usually brows tend to be a little bit on the grayer side. If you fill your eyebrows in with like something kind of brown, you can tend to see the warmth. So something a little gray is usually great. This is Max Spice. You probably already have it. And I'm just gonna go over the entire lip. I didn't catch the lipstick on camera because this is when everything started to fall apart, but it is MAC Viva Glam 5. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm gonna have a whole series of more summer looks to come on my friends, so it's not just gonna be me. So I hope that you guys will stay tuned for that.